Fantasy football, RSVP. So let's get right to it with week 8 of fantasy football. I really like Teddy Bridgewater. Keep it really simple. He's in a great matchup against Atlanta. The guy's been consistent. Really like what's going on there at the Panthers. I think he's going to have a wonderful day. Derek Carr has just been doing really, really well of late. Very consistent, underrated team. It looks like that team's getting better and better each week. And a nice matchup with Cleveland. Cleveland's getting a few things together. Odell's out. I just really like the matchup with Derek Carr. I think the Raiders are a rising team. Going to surprise a lot of people this year. I like JaMycal Hasty of the 49ers. This is dependent on if Coleman is out. So watch the injury report. The last 8-9 weeks of the season, I sometimes like to do a post-Wednesday waiver wire because injuries are starting to become more and more important. It's not as important at the beginning of the season. Well, it's important, but towards the end of the season, waiver wire, injuries, teams are a little bit more careful, want to save guys for the playoffs. CMC, case in point. CMC probably could have played this week, but Davis is doing well, and they want this guy to be healthy for the playoffs. So sometimes I like to do the waiver wire on Wednesday, as well. Go back and forth. Next week we're going to be doing 2 prior to waiver and then after waiver. I really like this Hasty guy. I think Wilson's out. He is out, and Coleman's out, and I think this guy's the coach is talking it up, like he's going to be getting carries. I really like Leonard Fournette. Everyone's talking about Ronald Jones, how well he's doing. Well, Fournette comes in and out touches him, and not just rushing, but also receiving. And it looks like and I don't really blame the Bucs. They want to have a power running game, and it's no disrespect to Ronald Jones. I like Ronald Jones, but Ronald Jones is more of a shifty back, and Leonard Fournette's just a bull, and they want a power running game where they have to load the box. And, they load the box against Fournette. They don't as much against Ronald Jones. Ronald Jones is nothing wrong. Van's doing well, but Fournette, they're really loading the box. You have to, or he's just going to run you over. And that opens up the passing game, and he's doing really well receiving. Guy had like 80 catches last year. So, I think he's a better back for now. So I really like Leonard Fournette. T. Higgins, is doing really well. I really like him. He's grown on me throughout the weeks. I mean, every week this guy's putting up numbers. You may even see A.J. Green traded at some point or something. Trade deadline's coming. But I really like Higgins, the matchup. I think that he's just really consistently every week. I'm like, wow, there's T. Higgins again. He's just got to start playing after a while, you have to say. And, I like what they're doing with the offense, Burrow, the Bengals. I mean, this team is actually headed in the right direction, and I really think things are going to continue that trend. And I could say the same for Travis Fulgham. For the Eagles. He's gotten a great matchup. The guy's getting 10, 12 targets a game. At some point you have to say, man, I got to start playing this guy. And then another guy who's like grown on me for a while. I'm conservative. I like to watch guys play for a while before, I say, this guy's going to be great. And then you start playing him and then he's not so great, or guys come back from injury, so on and so forth. But I like the matchup with Dallas. Wentz is playing a little bit more consistent. I wouldn't recommend playing him at QB. It's not necessarily him. It's just sometimes the Eagles win in ugly ways. And even though they're in a very good matchup, what if they get out to a big lead and then just start running the ball? You know what I'm saying? So you got to be careful of those things. But this guy's going to get his targets. As far as tight end, if Hunter Henry is still in your waiver wire, which I highly doubt, put him in there. But I like Rob Gronkowski. It's rare that I talk about the same tight end 2 weeks in a row, but I saw on people's waiver wire and questions that we get everywhere. And what's funny is Gronk is still available in so many leagues that I'm hearing from. And last week I put it on my waiver wire to pick up Gronk. He's trending up. It looks like he's starting to look like his old self. And, I got a little blowback from people that were basically, saying like, Gronk, I'm not playing Gronk, blah, 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 all this stuff. And how you win in fantasy football, it's very simple. Play the trends. When a guy is doing well, play him. When he's doing bad, don't play him. When a guy starts to trend up and you start to see the offense trending up, gets his first touchdown, gets 8 targets for the first time. Last week I was like, maybe you should play him. Something's starting to develop here. And that's how you win in fantasy football. Play the hot streaks, back off from the losing streaks or the not so hot weeks. And Gronk was trending up. I told everyone, 8 targets, another touchdown. This isn't rocket science, and now that he's trending up, I hope that, you play him. And, things in, the Bucks, I mean, he could have an off week, but what I like is the 8 targets, and I'm not going to be right all the time. Nobody is. We're just trying to play percentages here. At defense, this is an easy one. I guess we'll keep this a shorter video this week because there's some easier picks like the Chiefs are available on a lot of people's waiver wire still, and they're playing the Jets. Need I say more? The Jets are in complete disarray. I'm a New Yorker. I like the Jets, but they're in complete disarray, and it doesn't look like the team's heading in the right direction at all. And they're going against a strong Chiefs defense that, should I say, had a strong week last week. The trend should continue. Not a lot needs to be said there. I like tonight's game, the Panthers, Joey Slice. He's had, a few weeks of double-digit points, and I really just like the matchup. Atlanta, and this guy's a pretty consistent from, 50 yards and below. He's a pretty consistent kicker. Missed 1 or 2. He was pretty consistent last year too. And I just like the offense, and I like the matchup. He's going to get tons of opportunities. So that's pretty much it this week. I want to keep it short. There's some, easier pickings this week. And I want to thank everyone for tuning in. Dean Curry, Fantasy Football, RSVP. So have yourself a wonderful day.